Hello. Last time we talked, we were talking about my pillow situation. I had gotten some new sheets and found some fabric and was talking about covering some of my pillows. I had bought some new sheets and I bought them from Wish. I'm actually very happy with them. They're microfiber, they're really soft. Remember those hospital corners? I'll put the link in the description box. Very pleased with them. And then that fabric, this I uncovered whenever I did my sewing room makeover. But if you look real closely at this picture, you'll see that there's a fabric laying on top of another one. And they're two different colors. So you want to watch that whenever you're sewing or knitting or anything, that the fabric that you have is all the same color. They come from different dye lots at times. And then there was that piece of fabric that actually matches the back of the duvet cover. So I'm going to show you two different styles of pillowcases. So this is my knee pillow. Does anybody else have a knee pillow? It's a nice firm pillow and it's really long, so it's a little too long for a regular standard pillowcase. So I'm going to make a special pillowcase for this one. So I start by measuring the existing pillowcase. And then I measure the pillow as well so that I get an idea of the difference of the depth on it. So I have the fabric here and it's folded. So we're going to keep it folded and measure that. And actually it's a pretty good width, so I don't have to cut anything off of the width. I'm just cutting off the length based on my measurements. And then I am cutting the fold. So we're actually going to have two separate pieces of fabric, and I'm using pinking shears, and I'm taking one of those halves and I'm cutting it in half lengthwise. And I'm just using my fingers. I'm going to do what's called a finger press, and then I take it to the machine. Because I use pinking shears, I'm not worrying about it fraying, and it's going to be folded under. So I hem down both of those edges. I do that on those two raw edges, and just about an inch I sew down. Since I'm sewing two separate pieces, I just kind of butt the two ends together at the machine. So then I lay them down and I overlap those ends. And you can see I have some excess fabric then on the end, and I just trim that away. I throw a few pins in, and then I just go around the perimeter of the pillowcase, and that just, then I turn it right side out, and I use my scissors to actually kind of poke out those corners so we have nice square corners. And then just insert your pillow and you are done. Now let's look at that other pillowcase. We're going to do just a regular standard pillowcase for that. So we can use our existing pillowcase as a pattern. We're going to make it a little longer to allow for that hem. And so once again, I'm cutting about 3 to 4 extra inches in length. I cut it a little crooked. I actually, with the design of this, it's actually easy to follow, but I was trying to video and cut at the same time. So I fold down about an inch, and then I fold down about 3 more inches, and I hem that. Then I put it all back together, and I'm going to sew around those 2 edges. So that'll leave me the folded edge. I won't have to sew that. And then I'll just go down those 2 other sides, and then I'll have my hemmed edge as my opening where I insert the pillow. So this is so super easy. You might want to throw a few pins in. I don't use a lot of pins when I sew, especially on such short, straight edges. So this is really a quick project. And don't forget, when you reach those corners, it's real easy. to make a nice corner. You just, when you get to your machine, you stop at the seam allowance, leave the needle in, and then pivot your fabric. And that's how to get a nice sharp corner. So here are my 2 pillowcases, and I think they look pretty nice. When my husband returns home from his travels and brings his travel pillow with him, then I'll make a cover for it using that fabric that matches the underside of the duvet cover, and it'll look like an accent pillow. So I'm pretty pleased with my pillows, and it was such an easy project. Thank you so much for watching today. If you like this video, how about giving it a thumbs up and also share it with your friends? If you haven't subscribed, you'll want to do that so you don't miss anything. Visit us at LaVintageDecor.company, and on Instagram we're LaVintageDecor, and on Facebook we're LaVintageDecor Altoona. Stay well.